Hello and welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be the first of a best of two. This is going to be an undead mirror matchup on the map Last Refuge. And the date is, let's not forget, what is the date actually? What is the date? 5th? It is the 4th, never mind. Okay, 4th of January 2015, and yeah, gotta keep on uploading. Can't slack off. But at the same time, I guess you could say I've been trying to spend time in, trying to make another overlay, an overlay that fits Warcraft 3. So yeah, I've been doing that the past 2-3 days, and then I remembered, oh crap, I gotta upload. So if it's the new overlay on this video, then feel free for feedback. But if it's the same as the very first series, then yeah, I guess just wait for the time when I finish. I'm not an imaginative person, so it's gonna take a while. Okay, introducing the players. In the bottom left, we have Fantafiction spawning in as the red undead player, going for a graveyard first, it looks like. Okay, and his opponent is going to be Cechi, the yellow undead player on the top right, and it looks like he is going for the Tome of Relics into the graveyard. So he will have the skeletal minions available? I guess not, maybe. He will have maybe later Crypt Fiends. I don't think the timing on the Rod Necromancy actually matters, it's the timing of the Crypt Fiends. So yeah, if Fantafiction goes for early Crypt Fiends, he will kind of slack off in Lumber, as yeah, he only has two ghouls out right now. Gonna have another Ziggurat placed down. We do have a Scouting Acolyte for Cechi, so he will be able to see any, what's the word, intricacies? I guess that's a good word. So yeah, obviously he should have spotted the Tome of Relics late, so that is probably going to indicate another Crypt Fiend. Yep, there we go. Crypt Fiend number 1 is out right now. Bit of a delayed Death Knight, but it doesn't really matter too much since I don't think Fanta's going for an aggressive playstyle, or at least I don't know. He might just go all at once once he gathered his army, but Troll Trapper is going to ensnare that Crypt Fiend. Obviously it's going to be very difficult to lock down a Crypt Fiend. Oh, but he got himself, Cechi picked up a Wand of Illusion. It's just unfortunate that the Crypt Fiend was able to slip away. I think it was rather questionable on the timing he actually went to go and surround. Maybe he didn't kill off the creep camp quickly enough, maybe? Question mark, I don't know. But yeah, he probably didn't kill the creep camp that dropped the wand quick enough. And then, realizing that he picked up an illusion wand, so yeah. Fanta going for a bit of creeping himself. Illusion is going to, I guess, just keep tabs on Fanta for now. Cechi is going to resume in taking out that creep camp. First Crypt Fiend, I mean, has came out for Cechi. The timing on the Halls of the Dead is actually noticeable. So very, very late for Fanta. Meanwhile, Cechi is probably gonna have either his tier 3 very early on, or his Lich very early on. Both of which could be a problem for Fanta, because Fanta, I guess, chose to go for an early army. He's finally gonna get his third ghoul out. That is, I guess, the problem of going, or that was the reason why the Halls of the Dead was a little late, because Lumber was obviously a factor. Crypt Fiends do take Lumber to train up as well. Looking at the Crypt Fiend numbers here, it does seem like it's not that much of a difference. One whole Crypt Fiend difference. Now it's actually being evened up. So yeah, I think it just went very well for Cechi in this game so far. He's pretty much ahead, I would say. Not in terms of levels, because obviously it's the same level, but uh, I think he might do well in this game. Even though his Death Knight is taking quite a beating, he actually has no combat items whatsoever. Meanwhile, Fanta does have a circlet. Okay, crit feed number 4 comes out. Actually, he was already damaged as well, so he might actually eat a death coil to heal himself back up, but right now the Death Knight for Fanta is taking quite a bit of damage. Alright. Better look at Cechi. It's going to be an early tier 3. Slaughterhouse is halfway completed as well. No indications of any upgrades. The Acolyte can't really do much since, well, you only need 5 Acolytes. I guess the Acolyte will be used for Sacrificial Pit later on to get a shade out maybe. Death Coil to steal that creep, and he will be able to get level 2 to catch up to Fanta. Level 2 versus level 2, it's pretty much similar abilities here. We do apparently have one more Crypt Fiend for Fanta. Whether or not that actually matters is going to depend. Alright, immediate jump to tier 3 as well, but of course he is a little bit behind. But also an immediate Lich as well, so I guess he's gonna hold off on his Slaughterhouse a little bit. There it is, as well as some Crypt Fiend production, although he can probably make another one. Might be just saving up for a Ziggurat, by my guess, I guess. So Black Citadel's nearly done. First Obsidian Statue is gonna pop out very soon as well. In terms of upgrades, nada. The Ogre Magi camp, will it be taken down? I wonder what items will drop. I guess the most interesting item that drops is the, what is it, Book of the Dead, but it's not going to be that. It's going to be the Healing Wards actually, so that might relieve some, I guess, work that the Death Knight has to do himself. But of course, the Healing Wards are so fragile. Maybe you shouldn't rely on them too much. Like, even though you place them far back, like away from enemy range, I think, you know, a couple of Crypt Fiend hits, if not one, then it's already dead. All to the face for the Lich, and the Rock Golem camp will be cleared out. Actually, the Healing Ward is going to be placed down here. Obviously, like the problem I said, is only for players. Generally, neutral creep camps don't attack the Healing Ward, and the Tome of Experience will be picked up by the Lich for Cechi, so that's actually pretty lucky for himself. Level 2 has been attained rather quickly actually, so I think he is ahead of Fanta's Lich, or at least very much evened up. Alright, Goblin Laboratory is going for, I don't know, maybe it was a reveal or something like that. Definitely not a Zeppelin or a Shredder picked up. A-Bomb first. Oh, A-Bomb before sinking an Obsidian Statue, I meant. Okay, so maybe he's a little worried about the numbers from Cechi, so he would like tankiness early on instead of the Spirit Touch from the Obsidian Statue. Definitely nothing to complain about, I guess. Dark Ranger is already out for Cechi, by the way, so skeletons could pop out for Cechi. Alright, it looks like Cechi also got himself an Abomination as well, so there we go. Crypt Fiend is going to be the first to fall, and well, that's just it. Fanta's not choosing to fight, despite being in his half. I think maybe because of the third hero he is a little hesitant or reluctant. Same thing, I guess. So yeah, Temple of the Damned is coming out, so it looks like Fanta's gonna be the one to go for... Never mind, both players are going to go for Banshees. Interesting. Actually, I've never seen an Undead Mirror have both players go Banshees. I've had one goes Banshee and the other go Destroyers, so definitely interesting to see what might happen. Because obviously statues are not going to be the focus for either player, since they are only sticking to one obsidian statue. Healing Ward's going to be placed down by Fanta, but the Lich immediately takes it down. There we go with another Healing Ward, but the Frost Nova takes it down, so yeah, that's the rest of the Healing Wards actually used up there. Not particularly the best location for those Healing Wards, and it looks like Cechi was able to get himself a surround on the Dark Ranger, very nicely done. Silence as well to prevent him from death coiling. So yeah, that's very good play by Cechi right now, able to kill a couple of units. Meanwhile, Fanta's not being able to react properly, or at least in time, I guess. So anything coming out of the Temple of the Damned, we're going to have added training for the Banshees. Meanwhile, Cechi, I believe, he is doing the same. Okay, both players going for a sacrificial pit. Never mind. I forgot that Cechi was the only one that had the 6th Acolyte, so shades are not important for Fanta. Ogre Lord's camp is being cleared out for both players on their respective sides, if I can call it that. And the Ogre Lords will drop hopefully interesting items. Probably not that one. Legion Doomhorn is not going to stack with the Unholy Aura from the Death Knight. Meanwhile, what was picked up here? Hood of the Cunning, Agility and Intelligence. I guess it's probably the best item for the Lich when it comes to double attribute items. Like the additional Agility maybe could benefit. It could act like a Glove of Haste, and the Intelligence, obviously that's that's a given attribute for himself, even though Strength could be used for maybe a little bit of tankiness, but of course there's the Death Knight. Okay, so Fanta's got the better items in this case, although Lich for Cechi does have a clause of attack. I don't know who to give this to. Neither player has shown their Banshee card right now. Master Training is nearly done, and well, Fanta is a little bit behind. Does anyone have any Banshees out? Doesn't look like it, so I don't know. I think Cechi scouted the main base of Fanta, so he did see that Temple of Damned. That's my assumption so far. So he is going to be aware of Banshee versus Banshee. Cechi's going for a Destroyer form. Meanwhile, Fanta, I'm not sure what he is intending to go for. He does have a 2nd Obsidian statue out. Alrighty. Okay, let's look at upgrades again. So 2-0 for Fanta. Meanwhile, Cechi is going 2-0 as well. So both players are pretty even on that aspect. Hero levels, I might actually give that to Cechi, since he does have a level 3 Dark Ranger. So yeah, that's the only thing that's going for him right now. But level 4 is finally gained for the Death Knight of Fanta, but Fanta is going to choose to back off since he is kind of backed into a corner, and well, that wasn't too great for himself. He lost a couple of Crypt Fiends, I guess. I can't defer from the Creep Camp and the Crypt Fiends at all, so yeah, let's not do that. 49 versus 61. There is a clear food disparity here. Lots of Crypt Fiends for Cechi, in fact. Plus, he has Destroyer form available. I'm not sure if Fanta has it. So yeah, for now I might give the game to Cechi if I were to judge who would win. Cechi is also going for an expand. This is honestly something undead players hate to do, or at least can't seem to grasp doing. Because, like, by the time the gold mine collapses, which should be around 67 minutes, they just unsummon the useless buildings and then just try to all-in with a big death ball army. Not the most reliable thing to do, so Cechi, thankfully, is looking to go for the late game and think about expanding. And of course, expanding allows him to go for a bigger army supply. Might even see Frost Storms out. Although I find that highly doubtful because, well, there are a couple of Crypt Fiends, but doesn't look like Fanta's looking to increase his army supply just yet. Obviously, looking at that gold mine, he has to choose to go for a bigger army now. There we go, Abomination and Crypt Fiend. Like, he has seen that his opponent is not afraid to go upkeep, so he shouldn't be afraid as well, because he has been losing the past fights. Question now is, like, is it too late? I don't know. Definitely Frost Storms are not the answer for Fanta, because there's so many Crypt Fiends out for Cechi right now. So I don't know what Fanta could do. I mean, he could probably pump out as many Crypt Fiends as possible. I don't know. In fact, I don't know, because I'm not these guys. So yep, Cechi's expand has been completed, and he is mining off of 2 gold mines for now. Of course, around 5 minutes, the first gold mine will collapse. Ooh, Shade was very lucky indeed. Dust Appearance was used. Thankfully, the Shade was ahead and out of the radius. Fanta is looking to maybe expand himself. Sacrificial Skull was used, so he is moving an Acolyte out. Anti-Magic Shell has been used as well. I guess expecting a fight to come, or at least try to defend the space best as possible. Cechi, on the other hand, looks to be absolutely ready, because most of his units are shielded. Okay, here we go with the first fight here. We have a Silence coming out. Honestly, I don't know where. On Cechi's Lich, so no Frost Numbers coming out. Death Knight for Fanta has been cycloned. We have 2 more charges for that to happen. We are gonna have... We hear a lot of Banshees like getting taken out. Sitting Statue for, I believe, Fanta was taken out as well. A couple of Crypt Fiends dropping for both sides. Cechi's Death Knight is taking quite a beating. Frost Nova is going to be used. Thankfully, the Anti-Magic Shell was able to absorb some of that damage. A-Bomb for Fanta will be taken down, so he currently has 2 more Abominations, so that's a plus for himself. He's actually committed to a lot of tankiness in the front lines. Banshees for Cechi is going to be taken down, but the Cechi, like, Crypt Fiend ball is still alive and a problem. Like, maybe the Lich needs to focus on Frost Novaing here, because honestly those Crypt Fiends are not being touched. Like, maybe break the shield and, you know, deal additional damage. It looks like Cechi is going to be the one to retreat, however. Probably not the best place to retreat to, actually. He's kind of got stuck. He might have to actually hire up a Zeppelin here. Oh, never mind. He's actually built his base in a way that his units do not get trapped. Okay, so either it was masterfully planned or, you know, extremely lucky. I think it was the former, so yep, very good on himself. Fanta, on the other hand, he did take quite a beating. Despite Cechi retreating, I honestly think that, like, this doesn't mean that Cechi lost the other fight. It just means that he could recuperate and then just maybe steamroll the fight, the army later on, which he is doing right now. Like, Fanta is not prepared for this, and GG from Fantafiction. That is going to be game 1. So yeah, there's actually a huge chunk of the game actually left over. So yeah. Obviously, some guys would like to see the score screen, so I'll stick around until then. So yeah, pretty good game. Probably wasn't the best cast I've ever done, obviously, since not perfect, but honestly, hopefully you guys have enjoyed that one. I actually enjoyed it myself. Until now I've yet to see Banshee Mirror, and I guess that's how it's dealt with. Just more Crypt Fiends. Anyway, I'll see you guys in game 2. Take care.